Hi, everyone. I'm Sanjana, J&J's Fireside Chat Coordinator, and I'm so thrilled to be here with Thomas for another Fireside Chat. Thomas, thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you. First of all, it's my absolute pleasure to be able to address the members of the Junior Achievement Organization. I have a lot of respect for the organization and all the good things that it does. And congratulations to all you members, because you're really going the extra step to be able to create opportunities for yourselves that will serve you well in your life's journey.
Thank you so much for your kind words. So let's jump right into the Fireside Chat. Please tell us about your educational and professional backgrounds and the path that you took to get to where you are today.
Okay, so I went to a traditional public high school here in New Jersey, where I tried to work hard in all of my curriculum, because at that age, I really didn't quite know what career I wanted to pursue. So I just tried to, do a good job in the literature, the history, the math and science. And when it came time to get ready for college, I went back and forth between, a liberal arts degree versus more of a technical curriculum. And I ended up leaning towards the technical side. And I studied marine engineering at the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy in Kings Point, New York. Kings Point is a federal academy which produces officers for the U.S. Merchant Marine. So I graduated Kings Point with a Bachelor of Science in Marine Engineering, a Coast Guard license to work aboard a merchant ship, and also a commission in the United States Naval Reserve. So, it was hard going there, but I'm glad that I ended up going to Kings Point. I began my work career as a plant engineer in a nuclear plant, and that had multiple assignments. And then over the years, I increased my responsibility in the engineering and construction side of the business. About 15 years ago, I made a switch in my career, which took me to a commercial side of the business, which is where I work now. So as a director of procurement, I handle more commercial matters than I did in my prior experience handling technical matters. So my group, we handle the buying of materials and services for major construction projects, both in the nuclear power plants and in the utility and the electric and distribution of electrical energy. So I have a pretty diverse background, but where this brought me today is as a director of procurement with PSEG.
That's awesome. And it's cool to see that you got to experience a lot of things before you came to where you finally are. And it goes to show that, you don't need to just have a linear path. You could experience a lot and still end up where you love. So my next question for you is, did you have any significant extracurricular experiences in high school and or college that you feel really helped you later on in your career?
So both in high school and college, I was active in sports, and in college, some clubs as well. And all the sports I played, and then of course, clubs are kind of like a team sport when you're in a club, but everything I played with was a team sport. And I think what you learn, whether it be a club with a lot of people or a team where you're competing with each other, is to learn the value of teamwork, and also how you can also learn how to have leadership skills as part of that. So I think by participating in the clubs and sports, it really kind of gave me something outside of the classroom to focus on, and it helped me make connections with other people. And it taught me some practical skills that I believe have helped me in my professional career as well. The other thing that growing up and even in college, I had lots of different jobs. They were part-time jobs, but they were all different. And what those jobs enabled me to do is every job had its own experience that I learned. But it also, at a young age, enabled me to learn how to deal with people, deal with employers. Some were easy, some were not so easy. And I think just having that work experience, through even pre-high school, high school, and college was really helpful for me, and ultimately gaining, experience in my future career.
Absolutely, yeah. And what you said about teamwork, it's not really something that can be taught in the classroom either. So you do need to go out and explore those extracurricular opportunities or, part-time jobs and things like that to really foster a sense of being a leader and being a part of a team. So that was a great point. So lastly, what advice would you give to young people who will be embarking on their professional lives soon?
So first of all, I would say, work hard in school and focus on all your subject areas because you never know what area you're going to emerge as being the one that really interests you going forward. So give all your subjects equal care because in my example, I really didn't know I wanted to be an engineer until later on. And finally, I was glad that I was prepared to be able to go in that direction. If something doesn't interest you, see it through, finish it, try something different and never give up, right? If you have persistence, I think you'll be able to attain your goals, whatever those goals might be, and get involved. The classroom is really important. Take it seriously, but outside the classroom, get involved in those clubs or those sports, whatever interests you, because you're going to meet people that have a common interest, people that you can relate to. And you'll just have a better way to get connected, and it'll help you going forward in your, in your career. And then for you the folks that are going to college or already in college, try to get more than one internship. And that's so important because you might think you want to work in that area, but you might do an internship and you might learn some things that might push you in a different direction. So try as many internships as you can. It's good practical experience, and also gives you an opportunity to test the waters a little bit before you graduate college and before you actually take your first job post college. So I would say for you college students, really focus on that.
That was great advice. I agree with everything you said. Thank you so much for sharing. And thank you for this great session overall. I took a lot out of it, and I'm sure everyone viewing will as well. So thanks.
Well, thank you. I'm really glad you gave me the opportunity to speak to you all. Thank you.
Of course.